Happy Halloween, everyone! This is going to be the Painscreek Killings. We're going to be playing this for Valloween, which is Halloween month of Val with horror, thriller, and mystery. To be honest, we're going to be doing a lot more on the mystery side, and with the first game is the Painscreek Killings, which is we'll be investigating an abandoned town of Painscreek, searching for evidence connecting the dots to uncover the truth of what happened to the town's Vivian Roberts. We'll be able to get to the town's secrets, only time will tell. This is a walking simulator puzzle mystery game by EQ Studios. It's been out since 2017. I have played through roughly a couple of hours-ish. I would say maybe about a quarter of the game to see if it's something I would want to do a whole video about, and it is. It's amazing, and I'm glad I get to share this with you guys. EQ Studios also has a new game coming out that I learned today, called Scene Investigators, in which you play crime scene investigators, and that comes out next year, and needless to say, we'll probably play through that as well. But this is Painscreek Killings, so we will start a new game, and we'll go into the town. We'll be playing as a young journalist, Janet, I think the name is. The game seeks to emulate, to a certain degree, the experience of investigating murders. You'll need to search each location carefully, find the clues, and use observation and deduction skills to find hidden secrets. We recommend writing your own notes and taking advantage of the in-game camera. The game autosaves whenever you enter a location. Should you encounter a bug or a problem while playing, such as being stuck behind furniture or getting pushed out of the game world, simply use the reload feature. Alright. This is their first game, so at least they gave us a reload feature. Some first games out there don't do that.
So the chief has entrusted you with my assignment, hey? I hope it didn't interfere with your weekend plans. Anyway, he told me to call you and fill you in on it. You remember the murder that happened a few years back that was never solved? The one at Painscreek where the ex-mayor's wife was killed? Well, the property's being auctioned off soon, so we don't have much time to dig up anything that's relevant to the case. So, see what you can find. Hopefully it'll be something worth publishing. Anyway, take care. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.
And with that is the reason why we're going to Painscreek. So the town is set to be somewhat demolished and evidence will be gone. So it's now up to us to see if we can uncover the most that we can. It is a cold case, and I believe that it's from... I want to say it takes place during the 90s. The actual murder, I believe. Or disappearance. I'm going with Killings because they're literally called Painscreek Killings. The Hatford Times in Northville, NL. August 3rd, 1999. In 95, Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman and wife of former mayor, was murdered and dragged to the front of her home. The case was never solved and the killer was never found. It was rumored that a private investigator was in Painscreek sometime later, but there was nothing more than that. Last week we received the news that large swaths of Painscreek County will be auctioned off. We would like to revisit the story and attempt to find the following. Who killed Vivian Roberts? What was the motive and what was the murder weapon? Please submit your findings in a front-page photography for your story to be published. Richard Morris, and don't forget to bring your camera. Do you want to leave Painscreek? No. I'm trying to see. Alright, 1 second. Alright, I was playing with settings. There was a filter that made it look like you were playing through a camera lens. And it was not my preference. It made it a little too blurry for me. Welcome to Painscreek, population 0. There is something posted on the window that might be important. Cemetery gate padlock 1131. Alright. Now we can go to P, and we now have that done. Now, every time we go inside a building, we'll be going through a little loading screen and a save. And that will be helpful if we get stuck. So this is the first town, so we're going to look at it here. No, this isn't exactly going to be the most scariness. No, I think it's the bloom that's giving the effect. No. Alright, that's a little bit better. So you're telling us to crouch. Ooh, a key. Rotate the item, zoom in, and put the item back, or F to put it in. So this is a desk key. I'm assuming it's to unlock the desk.
Hi, this is Steven. I just wanted to make sure the package was sent. Again, I'm currently at Anne's courtyard. Any extra info you have would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.
Okay, so he was in Anne's courtyard, and that was Steven. I believe there's subtitles for the game. Oh wait, there was subtitles there, was there? Never mind. Scott Brooks, Painscreek Trinity Church pastor's son, suspected for killing Vivian Roberts. Witness reported seeing suspects fleeing from the murder scene late night. The police apprehended Scott Brooks yesterday afternoon. He was residing at the Roberts hunting cabin by the trailhead. According to a witness who at the time has wished to remain anonymous, he was coming home late on July 19th at around 11:50 p.m. when he saw Scott walking around away from the Roberts mansion, heading down Silver Lake. Although Scott looked upset, the witness did not think it was unusual until days later when he came across a newspaper article on Vivian Roberts' murder. Feeling uneasy thinking about the whole situation, he then called the police. Shortly after the call was made, the police arrived at Scott's cabin and questioned about his whereabouts that night. Scott said he did meet her that night, but had nothing to do with her death. Scott was later brought down for questioning for further questions. Was brought down to the station. All right. So now we get J, which will get articles of importance so we can go back towards. It's locked. All right. I'm assuming that's I. We don't have a key for that. Alright, we got a number pad for that. Read. July 30th, 1995. Vivian Roberts' funeral was held this afternoon. Bernard, the butler, Dorothy, the head servant, Derek, the family chauffeur, and his mom, Wanda, who is fighting cancer, attended. Vivian's husband, Charles, came with their daughter, Trisha. Charles did not utter a word. He was very quiet. Most of the town came and paid their respects at the funeral. Halfway through the ceremony, Trisha started to weep loudly. Dorothy brought her elsewhere, and the crying died down. I noticed that Dorothy looked tired. It must have been tough to take care of Trisha. She'd been having multiple breakdowns. I can't blame her. With the loss of her mother and with her boyfriend being accused as to kill her, it must have taken a toll on her. I feel sorry for the whole family. Alright, so I feel like this is an introduction to the majority of the characters. So we had Scott, who was arrested. And so with that, it means Trisha and Scott were dating, which explains why he was at the premises. Charles was the father of Trisha and husband to Vivian. Wanda is Derek's mother, and Derek was the family chauffeur. Dorothy was the servant. Bernard was the butler. Okay. September. The town of Painscreek is becoming a ghost town. The population has decreased drastically over the years, ever since the deaths occur. Ooh, deaths. I thought it was just Vivian. Ever since the death occurs, it seems that more and more people are actively looking to leave this town. It's sad to see the once lively town become what it is now. It's been 6 months since Vivian was killed. Her death still bothers me. Why was she killed? What was the killer's motives? She was someone who has earned the love and respect of the community. No employees of her or any citizens of Painscreek reaped any benefit from her passing. It just doesn't make any sense. Painscreek Community Hospital is officially closed. The remaining patients have been allocated to other hospitals and provide suitable services for them. To be honest, it's hard to watch them leave. I wonder if the day will ever come when I'll be reassigned elsewhere. I find that odd that he would leave that. It's locked. Alright, do I have to go to Yeah, so you have to hover over it. Alright. There was another key? It looks like an old gate key. Alright. James Howard, Vivian Roberts murder case report. The report is an update of what happened to Vivian Roberts. Scott Brooks, the only suspect in the murder case, is apprehended a few days after Vivian's body was found. According to our investigation, someone saw Scott around 11:30 p.m. near the woods north of the mansion. Two hunters were looking for more wood for their bonfire when they heard shouting. They witnessed Scott and Vivian arguing. However, they were too far to hear the content of the said argument. 6 months prior to Vivian's death, Scott was fired from working at the mansion. She cited Scott for tardy work and rebellious behavior. She also prohibited Scott from visiting the mansion and meeting Trisha, who by then had a close relationship with Scott. We're currently investigating this case, and Scott is the main suspect. So, she banned Scott from showing up, but they were dating? Okay. Alright. Moon Cafe. Come check our selection of exquisite recipes to taste. Our lattes are known and best in the county. Come and have a blast. Lunch and dinner, only $9.99. In partnership with Anne's Courtyard Inn and Suites. If you show our baristas your receipt or room tag, you'll receive a free cup of our Moon Latte. Joshua 13. Last seen 4 Pebble Lane. Jacket. Vivian Roberts, successful businesswoman and wife of ex-mayor, found dead in front of her home. Third death to strike Painscreek in less than a year. Vivian Roberts, the wife of ex-mayor Charles Robert, was found dead in front of her home at 1 Maple Drive, Painscreek, at 7:15 a.m. Mary Martinez, a maid currently working at the mansion, was retrieving the morning paper when she saw Vivian's body and immediately called 911. The Painscreek sheriff, James Howard, arrived shortly and the victim was pronounced dead. The time of death was estimated between 11 p.m. last night and 1 a.m. in the morning. The body is currently at the coroner's office waiting for an autopsy. The people of Painscreek have started grieving for her. Candles and flowers were placed at the gates in front of her home where she was found. Vivian was indeed a person who many respected and adored. Her success in business and her loyalty to her family and her love for the people of Painscreek were unsurpassed. She will be dearly missed. So it was between 11 and 1, but people saw them at 11. I don't believe that this will unlock. I mean, we can try. I'm pretty sure this is a gate key. Unless there's something in the medicine cabinet. No. We're just gonna leave stuff open. Stuff's gonna be sold off anyway, so what's the harm? Alright, time to start going into town. It's locked. I feel like Nancy. I feel like I need a Nancy Drew line for every time something says it's locked. As we're playing those games, I hear that in my head. Alright, so we got Sprint. Alright. So let's see. This is the Black Pine, the Postal Services. So there is Anne's. The Postal Service is that way. We got houses here. It's locked. Okay, we can't open people's mailboxes. Why would the random doors in an abandoned town be unlocked? You can't blame me for checking. Alright. We'll check the post service first. Maybe that's just me. Here's 28. One of these times it's not going to be locked. Oh, the post office is locked. Okay. So they go pretty far down. Trail closed, do not enter. Children play area. Children must be supervised by an adult. The management cannot be responsible for injury in the area. Alright. I don't know why my first instinct in investigating the town is to look at the woods. I shouldn't go in the water or my equipment will get wet. I wonder if this is the hunter's cabin. To-do list: get more firewood, give Trisha my spare cabin key, find Mrs. Patterson's, fix Mrs. Patterson's sink, visit Andrew at the hospital, and check the hospital for missing tools. So this is the hunters that heard Scott and Vivian arguing. Alright. I play enough horror games to know something's in the well. And we can't go up there. I feel like I should see if that door is unlocked by pulling that, but I can't. Alright. So we know Trisha has the spare key. Or Trisha had the spare key, so it might be in the mansion, or where she lived. I think she lived in the mansion with her mother and father. Alright, and by all means, this should just loop around to the sheriff's office. I believe that's our car. Alright. I guess I'll go to Anne's first. I feel like that's the logical. It's directly in the town center. So I feel like this was like the corner store in which people just hung out. Plus, I think it's the only restaurant. It's locked. Alright. There's something inside, so we're gonna have to find a key for that. Big books, little. Alright. Is it wrong of me to assume? No, okay. We can go inside and in. Alright, does the light still work? No. Flashlight time. Untouched bottles of wine. Huh. Do I want to know why some work and some don't? Here's a key that you requested. 7 Black Pine Road, Painscreek. Alright. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up a notepad. Alright, so we got a key for 7 Black Pine Road. And that was in Anne's Inn. That feels like a Harvest Moon Story of Season name. Barbershop, worship, fall festival. What can you do if you're locked out of your own car? I feel like this is enough to tell us about the car that's locked outside. A slim gem, also known as a lockout tool, is used primarily for breaking into cars. It is a thin strip of metal that is about 24 inches in length and about 0.79 to 1.57 inches in width. It is a very popular tool for thieves, as the slim gem allows one to unlock an automobile without the use of a lockpick. It works as a levers as an interconnecting rods in the car door and avoids dealing damage to the lock. The hooked end of the tool is thin enough to be slipped between the car's window and the rubber seal, catching the rods to connect to the lock mechanism. Alright. So that tells me that that's something we need to find. It's also a little dark in these corners. This tells us where the little stuff is. Enjoy your stay in Painscreek and take a chance to explore the surroundings. Travel up the slopes of Black Pine Mountains and take in a jaw-dropping views, or take a hike on our trails towards Cherry Creek Lake. Spend a night in Anne's Courtyard and Suites and enjoy a 5-star room service it provides. There's amazing things you can experience. Okay, well, I can't move much more on that. Oh, is this a puzzle? Alright, hold on. Single scores. Any dots landing in a non-ringed area scores the number shown on the outside. The double rings are the outside. The triple rings are are in there. And then the outer is 25. The bullseye is 50. So... Alright, so let's see. We got 8, 18, and yellow 30? Yeah, that's on 18. That's on 8. No double or triple. And then we got the 15 here, which is on the double ring. The outer ring, which is double. Alright, so I'm going to write that in. Darts score. Red 8, red 18, yellow 15 times 2, 30. Alright. And just in case I need it, I cannot remember how to bring up my camera. Interact photos. I feel like it literally just told me. You know, I had to look it up. And I should have guessed that C for camera would be it. I don't know if we're gonna need that. But I'm gonna grab it just in case. An old-fashioned way to listen to music. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else back here. A locked toolbox. Alright. Need Merle. Room. Day in, day out. Stephen Moss didn't check out. I'm assuming, wasn't that the boyfriend? Yes, alright. Clancy. So a lot of people did check in and out. We'll take this in case we need it.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Alright, so Oliver, who is the photo lab, has a shovel, something else. Mrs. Patterson has key. Alright. Let's listen to it again.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you
Toolbox.
for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab.
All right, I can't make it
Ask
go
Mrs.
quicker.
Patterson for my spare key.
Thank you. All right. It's locked. All right, we must open anything and everything that we can. Nope. There was a newspaper over here. Can I read this? Painscreek Community Hospital closes its doors after 60 years of service. Fund embezzlement suspected as a key factor. Painscreek Community Hospital, one of the leaders in a long-term rehabilitation for the elderly in Newland, finally closes its doors after 60 years of service. Painscreek Community Hospital first opened its doors in 1936, serving as a humble abode for the treating patients and providing boarding for those in need of prolonged treatment. Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman, saw the need to revamp the hospital in the early 70s. She founded the Roberts Relief Foundation with the main purpose to support the needs of the village of Painscreek, starting with the hospital. By the early 80s, the population of the village and local areas has started to decline rapidly. Many young people who went to college did not return, and the number of seniors were quickly rising. With the increased need, continued on page 6. So Vivian Roberts was doing stuff with the town, with the hospital, and the hospital was having embezzlement. Read. Here are some of our usual customers. You might want to recognize this. All right. No soap in the bathroom. Late rent fee due. Thank you for your rent payment as your rental agreement. However, when rent payments are not received by April 4th, you must pay an additional rent of late charge or because you don't qualify for a rent discount. The required additional amount will not be included in your payment and now is therefore due. Please send the additional required rent amount of $85 at once to bring your credit balance up to date and remove you from the delinquent list. The amount must be paid within 7 days of this notice. Alright. So there's nothing up here. Is there like a place for the keys? $204, $203, $202. Alright. 202 was Bernard, 203 was Fran Reynolds, 204 was Norm Aiden. Stephen Moss was in 201? Yes, alright. Alright, let's start going through people's stuff. Nice bathroom, though. I feel like that this should open this way, because I cannot imagine walking past all that. Alright, nothing over there. A Bible, like all things in the States. Nothing seems to be special about that. I don't see anything in here of interest. Room 203, but we gotta check them all. Because the one room we don't check will have a clue. See, like, this makes sense. Alright. Another Bible. We can't pick up the other books. Nothing over here. This is all closed. I believe our last door was 202. Check the bathroom again. Bible's in there. There's no thing there. Alright, I don't think there's much of anything up here, but we checked. I was hoping to find something to open up the car outside. So I feel like I have to do another walk around. I don't see anything, alright. Well, we got a key, so I believe that's going to be the walking path we'll have to take. It's for 7 Black Pine Road. I don't believe we know who that is. Hold on. Church. 7 Black Pine Road. No, we don't have someone's name for that. Alright, Black Pine Road is this road, I assume. Coming out, here's the tree. It's the one with the postal services. Alright, so it's for 7 Black Pine Road. This is 28, so it's pretty far up. Alright. 34. Wait. If they're going up, then it's closer to the sheriff's station. I didn't realize that Black Pine Road curved towards the station. Just actually down here. Yeah, that's 15. 11. This one of these should be 7. 2, 8, 10. 11. 3. By all means, it should be, unless they count over there as Black Pine. Well, here's 1. An unlocked gate. 5. But this should be this street then. Yeah, this is Clover. Unless it's back here. There is an open gate. Let's talk to him the other way. We can't get over there. That's locked. Ooh. Well, we found it. Little unconventional practice of numbering, but this one's been in a fire, so I don't know how much we're going to get off here. Alright, let's look around here before we start going into doors. So that's door is jammed. Alright. So it looks like the fire started in here. Alright. Dear Daniel, how have you been, my son? It has been a while since I last wrote to you. I'm getting much better now. Dr. Johnson has assured me that I'm recovering well and I'm working full-time at the mansion. The hallucinations are gone. There are just 2 more checkups to do and I'll be done with the rehab. How's Mom doing? Is she still working at the restaurant? I hope she spends enough time with you. I don't blame her for leaving and I wish I could be there for you. I'm sorry things turned out this way, but please forgive me. I have been saving my money and plan to. Okay. So we have... Okay, I was gonna laugh at the light turned on. So we have Daniel's father who had hallucinations at the hospital. We're gonna open up everything if we can. Because you never know what you're gonna find. Alright, let's go upstairs. The door was jammed, so we can't go in there. Okay. This is not what I expected. Diary. May 12th. I hate to admit it, but Scott is a good kid. He's hardworking, takes care of me when I'm drunk, and he's a man of his word. I'm starting to like him. June 10th. Did I see her again? How can it be? Why doesn't the medication work anymore? Did he give me cheap pills? No, that can't be. He's as guilty as I am. We're all in it together. He cannot abandon me. They cannot abandon me. Ever since Scott asked me to see her, I started to see Sophia again. Why did he have to mention her? I need more pills. I think I'm going crazy. Oh Lord, I know I'm a sinner. I realize it now. That's why I'm going crazy. I know there's nothing to do. We'll bring her back. I pray that our sins will not pass down to our children. Forgive us for what we have done. Wait a second. Inventory, no. I'm trying to remember. J. Alright, hold on. So Vivian was found. I'm looking for a date. July 19th. And I believe it was 95. Yeah. It was in 95. And this was, he started seeing people again in 94. And his medication stopped working. I'm not gonna lie, what was the medication for? I don't think I'll find that answer. I can't view any of the other books, it's just a diary. In the summoning circle. Fever versus? I don't know if this will be important for later on, so we're just going to stash that in. This door is jammed, so we can't get in through there. Unless there's like a hall closet that I'm missing. I think that's everything. So who is Sophia? She was... Apparently they had something to do with it, and the other doctors did too, or someone at the hospital. Which makes me wonder if the doctor was switching his medication to make him go crazy to not be credible. Look, I watch a lot of true crime. Alright. Without another key in our inventory... I think we need to start looking around elsewhere. Alright, so we can't go to the photo thing. There's a community hospital in the mansion, a farmer's market, and the church. I guess the logical place would be to go to the mansion first. I'm gonna assume all of these are going to be locked. Alright, let's make our way up to the mansion, which, according to here, should be up here to the left. Maple Drive, here we go. And maybe we can get to, some more information at the mansion. If not, maybe we'll go towards the cemetery. We have a gate key for that. Alright. There is a lot of... I'm gonna assume we're gonna have a lot here to deal with. Alright, so this is the mansion. Vivian's body was found somewhere around here. Where is beyond me. But I'm gonna assume that the front door is gonna be locked. All other things are locked except for the mansion with presumably millions of dollars of stuff inside. Alright, let's walk around the grounds first. Maybe we'll find something interesting. Oh, a locked door. Alright. A locked shed. A box. A wine box, okay. Alright, so this is the garage. And let me guess. Locked. Door is bolted from the inside. I love how you can just tell the difference. Alright, let's start going through the mansion, I guess. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna need a map of the mansion. We'll start here. And we'll work our way around. Second floor. Love it. So they were packing up. Alright, this door? It's locked with a code. Okay. Alright, so this brings us outside. This must be the Roberts family. Dr. Henry Johnson found drowned in the vehicle at the bottom of Cherry Creek Lane. This was July 13th. This is a year after Vivian died. She died in 94? Oh, right. A burgundy car was found at the bottom of Cherry Creek Lane yesterday afternoon. A swimmer who chose to remain anonymous said he was diving in the lake when he saw what appeared to be a red car glittering at the bottom of the lake. He swam towards the vehicle and was shocked to see a body in the driver's seat. He quickly called the police. 3 hours later, the vehicle was pulled out of the lake and the body was identified as no other than Dr. Henry Johnson. Based on the police report, the body has been in the water for 10 to 15 days. Painscreek Community Hospital confirmed that Dr. Johnson last checked in June 28, 1995. The hospital staff assumed he left Painscreek for business purposes, which is why Dr. Johnson was known to be rather private. No missing report was ever filed. Alright, I need to go back to my files. So Vivian was died... Few days after was found, so I believe it was June? Alright, so it was Andrews. Alright. Third death to strike less than a year. So Sophia, we don't know when she died, but both Vivian and the doctor, who were both prevalent in the hospital, died oddly close together. October 16th, Dear Mrs. Robertson, on behalf of Jackson and Lewis, we would like to thank you for appointing us to be Painscreek Community Hospital medical provider. With your husband, Charles Roberts, running for mayor, some might consider this partnership to solely to benefit of his status. On the contrary, it's also greatly benefits to us, as supporting funds will allow us to continue research and assist our elderly patients. Despite details of the contract will be sent over shortly, please go through the papers and have them signed and returned to us by the end of the week. I'm going with the trend of going to the left. Door's locked. What in the maze is this? Is this... And the door is just unlocked for anyone. But some random Joe Schmo's house is completely open. A bunch of paintings, I'm not gonna lie, this gives me some very eerie vibes. We got... What's this? March 14th, 93. We went hunting this afternoon. Scott's quite a fast learner and has good manners too. I told him to call me Charles, but he kept saying it's more appropriate to call me Mr. Roberts. He almost got the deer on a second try. If he keeps this up, I'll take him over Bernard as my hunting partner. June 11th. Trisha's been rather obvious in her interest. He's a good-looking young man and respectable to others. I don't mind his status. There's nothing wrong with being an orphan. If there is, it's the parents' fault. I know that Trisha fancies him. I've grown to like him too. Today is mom's death anniversary. It's been 18 years since she passed away. I paid my respects to her tombstone. Vivian wasn't feeling well and chose not to come. So I asked Scott to accompany me. He brought fresh lilies. He said lilies suggest that the soul of the deceased has returned to the peaceful state. Sometimes I feel like he's like a son to me. And now I think about it, Vivian's always getting sick during this time of year. September 8th. I knew our relationship would not be as close as we had it. But ever since Vivian discovered my affair, she hasn't been the same. She once joked to her friends during a dinner that all politicians are alike, and a politician's wife, she has learned to close one eye. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. I think it was because of Trisha that she didn't leave me. She's a good wife and a good mother, and I'm grateful for that. Alright, so let's clear the air. So far we have Scott, who is an orphan, and you don't know who the parents are. You have Vivian, who is now dead, who forbidden her daughter and Scott from seeing each other. Then you have Charles, who had an affair and said that he felt like a son to him. Vivian, do you know something about that? That sounds like Vivian kind of suspected maybe they were somewhat related. Alright, so that's the upstairs. I don't think I'm ready to go upstairs yet. So I think I'm going to continue down this trend and see if we can find anything else. Alright. Cleaning closet. Let's just open everything. And we'll leave it open so this way I know if something needs to be searched or not. Ooh, a diary. May 24th. I've been here for almost 3 months. Everyone treats me well. Most of the workers have been here for a long time. Some as long as 30 years. Dorothy is probably the oldest maid here. She is really nice and is responsible for taking care of all the maids. She's always giving me snacks. The other oldest worker is probably Bernard, the butler. He's so serious. I don't think I ever seen him smile. Dorothy and Bernard don't talk much to each other. However, they're perfect when it comes to attending Charles and Vivian needs. I guess that's why they're in charge here. I noticed Charles and Vivian are never together much either. Even when they're both at home, they don't seem happy. I wonder what's going on. Vivian was passing by when I broke the vase. I must have been really nervous because I stood there for God knows how long. I thought she would scold me or even fire me. Instead, Vivian invited me to have tea with her. She asked about my parents and what I wanted to do with the future. I told her I hoped to own my own deli someday. She said I could do anything if I set my mind to it and work hard. Like me, she used to be poor, and now she's a successful businesswoman. I hope to be like her today. Wanda's sick. I've heard she has cancer. It's been 2 months since I took over for her. Her son Derek stays with her whenever he's not driving for Charles. I feel sorry for them. Mr. Roberts helps with their financial needs. I pray she gets well soon. Andrew stared at me for walking on the grass, though I was sure I didn't step on it this time. He was always drunk anyway. Scott told me to ignore him. I'm not sure how he could be so patient, always taking care of Andrew and covering his workload. I would have assumed that Scott was Andrew's son if I hadn't known that Father Matthew adopted him years ago. He's nice and talented, not to mention handsome if he only wasn't taken. I believe that was Martinez who found the body, his diary. I love how I opened that when I could have just looked in. Some chemicals. Oh, can't go that way. Cups. Who's paying for all of this to remain open? Is the better question. Ooh, this is why we check stuff. We got a key. A mansion room key. Shopping list for Trisha's birthday. 3 packs of balloon, candles, tablecloth, baking powder, eggs, and strawberry. But what's the key for? Anyone delivering food to church on Saturdays, please lock all the doors and return a key under the flower pot before leaving. Flower pot? I don't see a flower pot. Okay. Be on the lookout for a flower pot, I guess. Alright, I don't think there's anything else there. Let's check out these rooms real quick. It's locked. Is there a keyhole? No. Okay. We can only unlock stuff with a key. Alright, so this was the first floor. Did I check over here? Yes, alright. Let's see if that key unlocks anything on the first floor. I believe there was a bunch of locked doors over here. It doesn't work. Alright, so that's not for that one. Exercise room. Morning, Bernard, Charles, Vivian. Vivian's locker. Trisha's locker. Derek's locker. And Bernard's. Alright, I'm assuming that's for Bernard's room. Alright, so the exercise room is here. Which means this is a bathroom. Alright, so that was Bernard's room, which I believe would be the butler's room, which isn't on this map. So, hold on. The bathroom says that it's... Wait, this don't make sense. Because here's the stairs. There should be a door or something here. Okay, and then you come out at the exercise room, which is here. And then there's this door, which should be right here to go to the bathroom. Because this is the maid's room. I forgot to return the servant room key in time. I left the key in the kitchen drawer. Sorry about that. Oh! Somehow or another, I took off the keycap for my escape button. I don't know how that happened. Alright, so that was the servant's room key. So I'm assuming that this will just unlock it. There we are. A TV with a VHS player. A diary. I was cleaning the mansion attic today when I found Derek and Wanda's old stuff. I asked Derek about it and he told me that he used to live here with his mom until he was about 6. And we chatted for like an hour. I never seen him talk that much. It was quite rather nice talking with him. Quite relaxing. I had to interact with Bernard today. His left wrist was swollen pretty bad. When I asked him what happened, he claimed he fell during rock climbing and twisted his left hand. So he can't help writing the Easter invitations this year. It told me he only needs his right hand for writing. He looked at me if I was joking. How can I have known that he was left-handed? Dorothy asked me to help clean her house tomorrow. I didn't know she had her own place. I thought she lived with the Roberts family in the nanny's room. She says she hasn't used the house in the past few months, but needs to be taken care of every now and again. She'll be 60 this year. I think I should help her. The address is 40 Black Pine Road. Alright, so hold on. 40 Black Pine Road, and that is Dorothy's house. Trisha and Vivian had an argument during dinner. Vivian is thinking to send Trisha to college, but Trisha wants to stay with Scott. She is just not thinking straight. I was about to clean the gallery when I noticed the door was already slightly open. I looked inside and saw Mr. Roberts standing in front of a painting. Right before I left, I heard a faint click. As he was leaving the gallery, I hid in the staircase hallway. When I sure he's gone, I went to the gallery to see what was so entranced by. It was a painting of an old woman with a white headband. I wonder what's so interesting about this lady. There will be a grand party to celebrate Trisha's birthday this evening. She'll officially be 21 years old. Trisha and Scott meeting at the shed behind the mansion. They call it their secret hideout. I know Vivian doesn't want Trisha to be with Scott. Should I tell her about it? Dr. Johnson is dead. He was the head of the Painscreek Community Hospital, as well as the Roberts family doctor. The police came by and asked if Vivian would be willing to go down to the station for another interview. I was so nervous, but Vivian was very calm and accepted the request. She came back in the evening and assured us that everything was okay, that she had nothing to do with the death. His death was just an accident. I was cleaning Mrs. Robertson's tea room when I stumbled across a pile of letters and negative comments addressed to her. Why on earth does she keep those letters? She, more than anybody in this town, doesn't deserve to be attacked by a faceless coward. These people cannot see the positive impact she made. It's not her fault that her business deals can't please everyone. Alright. Oh, another page that was ripped out. I need to report Scott to Bernard. His suspicious acts are getting out of hand. Today I saw him peeking into Mr. and Mrs. Roberts' room through the window. He's been told many times not to do this. Okay. So we learned about the tea room and we heard about the gallery, about an old woman with a thing and hearing a click. So hold on. It was a painting of an old woman with a white headband. I don't know what's so interesting about this woman. Is this it? It's a safe. You do not know the safe combination. Okay. But it's something. Alright. This is the guest room. We don't have a key for that. This is the balcony. This isn't a flower pot, but I guess it's not that one. I saw the newspaper. I know you must be like, oh, Oh no, Val forgot to look at the newspaper. No, I'm just looking here. Da Vinci wine, a stainless steel bottle opener, and wine. Alright. Doesn't see anything too special about that. "20 years later, Painscreek still honors the lives of the coal mine workers. Despite shock and pain, it was tragedy that united everyone." 20 years ago, 6 members of the villagers, together with 13 others from the towns of Hillsdale and Old Creek, perished in one of the coal mine demolition programs. The coal mine belonged to the Roberts Mining Company. Vivian Roberts, who had just married into the Roberts family, started a fundraising event that raised $96,000, contributing $24,000 from her own company. A total of $120,000 was compensated to the 6 families. This is a very small sum compared to what those families lost, and no amount of money can replace their loved ones. Vivian told the press, "What we can do, however, is provide them with whatever help they need. And those who have helped financially, the Roberts family thanks you." The words not only comforted the family, and continued on page 5. A sheet to count scores. Alright. Security room. It's locked. It was worth a shot to try it. Alright, so that is security. That's the attic. This is the tea room. Which all that means that's left up here wise is Trisha's room that is locked and a balcony. Alright, so we have some information, but we still have a key. There's a door across the hall from Trisha's room. There's Trisha. Alright. We got a key for a room down here somewhere. That's a number code. We don't have a number code. We have an actual key. I don't have a first floor map. That goes to the gallery. These are locked. Nope, not that door. Is it the secret hiding spot in the shack? No, that's a numbered code. Is it for the gate back here? See, this is why you love watching Mysteries with Val. I get so lost. It's amazing. Alright. There has to be a door down here that it unlocks, right? That's numbered. These are unlocked. We tried this door. That doesn't work. This goes upstairs unless by some weird way it opens up something up here. It was found in Bernard's, who's the butler. Alright, I have to go to some room, right? That's the balcony. This is the tea room. Doesn't work there either. In theory, it could be a place for Dorothy's house at 40 Black Pine Road, because Derek's her son. I think that's all the doors. Yeah. Because there's no door over here. We come this way. None of this is locked. This brings us up towards here. We already checked these doors. Did we try the attic? Yeah. I'm assuming this is going to be for Dorothy's house then. Because it was found in her son's, locker. Alright, well, I think this is going to wrap up part 1 of the Painscreek Killings. And next part, we will be going into town once again. And we'll be going into Dorothy's house, I'm assuming. Till then, have a good one.